to City Podcast. I am Deepa Mehra, your host. With over a decade in yoga and meditation, I am dedicated in helping people find balance and tranquility. Today, as you all know, festival mode is on, so we will explore the connection between mindfulness and daily commutes with industry leaders, discussing how innovative ideas and digital tools in transport can reduce employee stress. At City, our managed mobility services ease the burden on facility heads by handling non-core transport tasks, allowing to focus on their primary roles while ensuring smooth and efficient commutes. So join us as we uncover how mindfulness transforms commuting experiences and enhances mental health. Let's embark on this journey toward a more mindful, stress-free commute. So let me welcome Mr. Nithin Agarwal, having some of reputed banks and financial institutions in the country. Standard Chartered, Diebold, and ICICI, and currently working as a Senior Vice President, Corporate Real Estate with the Kotak Mahindra Bank. So, Mr. Nithin, for our viewers and listeners, may I request you to give a brief introduction of yourself?
Yeah. Hi, Deepa, and thank you very much for inviting me over this podcast. Uh, I've been working in the facility domain for the past 20 years. Overall experience maybe more than that, but core facility, especially in the banking sector with ICICI, with Citi, with Kotak, it's almost 20 years. Kotak itself is now 10 years. So yes, it's been a great journey, and it's been a great learning experience, I should say, because once you're into the facility domain, I think that's what we were discussing, just before the podcast started, that you do everything. So जो कोई कुछ नहीं कर सकता तो वो give it to the facility guy, and he'll ensure that he delivers it to you the way you want it. So for the last 8 years, I've been handling the facility piece of the western part of the country for our bank, for Kotak Mahindra Bank, and it's really a great experience. We've seen the COVID times. I think everybody has gone through that patch. I take pride rather in telling that I'm from facility, because I think facility was one of the industry which was still working even when we were hit by the pandemic. So yes, that's it from my side. Apart from my professional part on a personal front, I'm a numerologist. I'm a graphologist. I do a lot of color therapy for children. So that's a part of it's my sidekick, you can say.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Nithin. Your journey through esteemed institutions like Standard Chartered, Diebold, and ICI is impressive. At Kotak Mahindra, you're working aligning real estate with business. Growth presents unique challenges and opportunities. So we look forward to exploring your strategies and insights, which will greatly benefit our listeners in understanding corporate real estate's impact on organizational success. So before that, let me warmly welcome our visionary and dynamic co-founder and CEO, Mr. Sachin Agrawal. So Mr. Sachin Agrawal, could you please share a quick introduction with our viewers and listeners?
Yeah, thank you, Deepa. Thanks for the introduction. And Mr. Agrawal, thanks for happy to have you here with us. Looking forward to have an interesting, insightful discussion. About me, I bring in about 20 years of experience, but not just the transport. I've been part of durables. I've been part of electronics. For the last over a decade, I've been part of service industry. Out here at CT, we are here to solve a problem, especially for the facility heads or transport heads. We see 50 to 60% of the times a facility head spends managing the transport activity, looking at the scale and looking at the size of the operations. They almost spend half of their time managing the transport. So we are here to lessen the burden of facility heads and transport heads Hence, we came out with a model, as Deepa rightly said, we came out with a model called managed mobility. The other thing that we are trying to address, especially post-COVID, we saw, very, very difficult times. We all saw during COVID, very, very difficult times. And now post-COVID, when we are back to work, 60, 70% or 80%, uh, hybrid again becomes very, very challenging, especially for the facility or transport heads to, manage the transport activity, because it is difficult to predict the employee count, who will come, who will not come. So we came out with a unique model called managed mobility, wherein unique model which is, we call it a hybrid pricing model, wherein irrespective of the fluctuations that you see in day in, day out, the employee count, your spend remains the same. If you are commuting, let's say 1,000 people, or let's say your spend today is 1 CR on a month-on-month basis, it doesn't really change with this frequent fluctuation in the headcount. Is what is this hybrid pricing model all about? And we have successfully implemented this model at many, many sites already in the last 3 years. The other thing which I wanted to highlight is that we as an organization, we are very, very clear. We are not VC-driven organization. We are customer-driven organization. And with the result, I mean, with this approach, in less than 2 years' time, we have it's already a profitable venture, right? So that's about me. Coming to Mr. Agrawal again, very interesting. I went through your LinkedIn profile, very interesting. Graphology and color therapy. These are two things which really uh, I very, very impressive. We would like to know more about uh, these two terms, graphology and color therapist, though I did Google, but I would like to hear it from horse's mouth.
So I think the biggest horse nowadays is Google. So, which tells you everything. Okay. Graphology is a simple science of understanding the behavior and the mindset of a personality based on the handwriting that he or she carries. So whatever you write, whatever your hand writes, is nothing what your mind is telling you to write. So we call it that it's not handwriting; it's actually your mind that is writing. And the way I will write, say if I ask, okay, Sachinji, you just write mango, or Deepa, you write mango, and the way I will write mango. So we all will write MANGO in different ways. Though we all went probably to the same school, we all learned English from the same teacher, how the cursive M is to be made, how the O is to be looped. But over a period of 20, 25 years, the way you write mango and the way I write mango is totally different. So the teacher was the same, the syllabus was the same, the curriculum was the same. So why is it so different? It's different because over a period of time, we have garnered so much of experience, good, bad, dark experiences, very beautiful experiences, and all this the mind processes, and then it makes its own image or own perception about how the world is and how I have to portray myself in front of the world. That is how the handwriting finally comes out to be. And handwriting is nothing but what I am as a person, but the signature will be what I want you to look at me as a person. So that is where there's a signature analysis that we do, signature therapy that we do, and handwriting analysis is there, which tells you what you are as a person when you are alone, what goes on in your mind. So that's all about graphology. On color therapy is nothing but where people find it tough, especially children. So I do a lot of counseling for children, for writing, because they're the really, I feel that if this generation, the upcoming Gen Z, as they call it, or Gen Alpha is what my daughter was telling me the other day. If Gen Alpha is trained properly on developing a non-toxic mindset in today's culture, so I think our work is done. Because you and me, we are almost, I can safely say that we have crossed half our age. So what is left? It's the responsibility is more on those tiny tots that are there. So I do a couple of school campuses also. I've visited a lot of school campuses, and we have set up stalls wherein we have invited children to come and do color therapy with us. So color therapy is nothing but when I give you a set of 12 crayons, what is the color that you will pick to draw a mountain, to draw a house, to draw a human being, or to draw a tree? The color that you pick to draw that particular element gives a complete deep insight into what's going on in your mind. So that is what we do on color therapy. When I say therapy, it means I have seen that there is some problem, and then I tell people to, or the child to use more of that color when he's drawing, or probably his home decor where the child will sit and study, his school bag, his water bottle, his tiffin. What colors are to be given so that eventually your mind, your eyes, you see color and then you develop a particular liking for it. Why is it that on a vacation you would always want to go to a hill station? Why do you want green always? Okay. Or when you want to go and work in a kitchen, your kitchen will not be a dark gray color setup. It will always be something on the yellow side or something on the cream side. Or when you go to your bedroom colors will not be the bright purple or the lavender shades. They will always have the soothing, peach color or the beige color or some color which relaxes your mind. So color definitely has its own impact on the mindset. If used in the correct way, it can really do wonders. So, and I feel children are the best case studies, I should say, because they learn a lot. They learn a lot without, and they don't have any barriers. I mean, if they are bad, they will say, "हाँ uncle, मुझे नहीं आता." So they are very quick to learn. They adapt very well. Rather, as we grow older, we have our own stiff exteriors. The I know it all attitude. Google पे सब पता है types. So graphology and color therapy is what really excites me, and I definitely do it over weekends or whenever I get time.
Fantastic. So just a
Very
follow-up question.
interesting.
Very interesting.
We
So
can make a more podcast on that topic.
Yeah,
yeah,
anytime.
So one follow-up question, quick one. I think it would also, whether we talk about color therapy or color preferences of an individual or handwriting, both the things I strongly feel that they change in different stages of life.
Absolutely.
If I loved red color probably 10 years ago, today probably my preference is black, which has changed over a period of last so many years.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
same goes with the handwriting.
Same
Handwriting
with it.
for a simple reason that today we stopped writing. It's all on emails, right? Or on mobile, right?
Exactly.
When we were a kid, when we were going to school, we used to write a lot. So handwriting actually has gone for a toss.
Exactly.
So, and vice versa, if I want to change my, perception in front of the people, I may try and practice and improve my handwriting, right?
Exactly.
So these are my two takeaways, on both graphology and
Yeah.
color therapy.
Yeah. I'll just add another 30 seconds to this. One is on the writing part. Yes, today, if you are very happy, the way you will write will be different from and if, say, today my boss has scolded me in the morning, and the way I will write down some notes, that writing vis-a-vis my writing when I would have got an offer letter from the bank, or probably I would have got a really fat bonus in my account credited, my writing will change. Same happens for children also. The day when they are appreciated, you look at their notebooks, and the day when they are not having a good day at school, probably they are being bullied, or that they have missed their homework, or the teacher has scolded them, the writing changes. So more or less, your writing remains the same after 14 years of age, but every 3 to 6 months, you can see some differences which will show you that, okay, in the last 6 months, kuch acha hua hai ya kuch bura hua hai. Same goes for color. And connecting that with the current podcast concept that we're talking about, when you see the people being carried away, when the thieves are being caught, the police पकड़ के उनको जीप में या वैन में डाल के लेके जाती है, that van is not a bright green color van or a bright, even that is also sort of a transport, right? And it's not an employee transport, but it's a thief transport, or you can, okay. But that is a dark color. It's a dark blue or a dark black. You have those दंगल नियंत्रण गाड़ियां आती हैं, या आपकी वो कमांडो वाली गाड़ियां आती हैं. They are all black colors. They are not bright and vibrant, because I want people to be focused. I don't want them to lose the task for which they are going in that particular direction. So color definitely plays a role. Like the buses that we employ at the bank, our buses are white, cream, yellow, the contract buses that we have. The reason is because we want people to have that healing concept. It's not that we ask the guy to paint it yellow, but using a light colored bus definitely makes a lot of a difference. If you see most of the school buses, they are yellow. Of course, they're yellow in color because of the traffic norms, and yellow has a brighter contrast on the road, so accidents are reduced. But yellow will always help you in healing. So yellow is a color for healing. Yellow, all the light color, that's entire family of yellow. So yes, colors also make a difference even when it comes to transport.
Fantastic.
So I hope I was able to connect the dot.
So much knowledge about colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So variety of hobbies, so you're able to spend time over the weekends on these, right?
Yes, I do, and I do make it an effort, and I tell my colleagues, I tell my team also, whenever you get time, do write. What we have missed out, as you said, now everything has gone digital. We have lost the touch of a pen and how to
Yes.
write. Believe me, the more you write, the more clarity it comes to your mind.
Yeah.
Somebody, I read it somewhere on Google, a problem written well is half solved. But the more
Yeah.
you write, your brain sends those signals, the neurons hit your brain. The point is that we are not used to writing. We want everything instant, Instagram, Insta food, everything is instant. The more you write, the more clarity you get.
Yeah.
And believe me, it's
Fantastic.
a stress therapy for me. So, yes, talking about stress, again, talking about, I'll just connect this again to the podcast topic. Why do you feel that employee transport is stress free? If my colleague travels all the way from, say, Borivali to BKC, and he travels in the train, even that is public transport. वहां पे भी 100 लोग उसके साथ उस कोच में चढ़ रहे हैं. But the point is, why is employee transport separately a good thing is because when I'm boarding the train, I don't have anybody to talk to. I don't know anybody. I only see bored, worn out faces, dull faces, people who don't even want to go to office. जबरदस्ती धक्का मार के ट्रेन में उनको चढ़ाया गया है, or even in the city buses. But at the same time, when I see, say if I know Sachin and we board the same train, अरे सचिन जी, and वो पूरा बोरिवली से लेके चर्चगेट तक का सफर वो कब कट जाता है पता भी नहीं चलता.
True.
Even if
Very
that
true.
train is crowded, even if that train does not give me space to even stand, I'm just standing on my toes. But I've covered that entire 45-minute train journey, chit-chatting with Sachin over hundreds of topics, even if it may be just, gossiping about, or, uh, talking, venting out about what my team is doing or what my boss is doing. That gives me an emotional connection. Then I look forward to going into that train and meeting Sachin again and again. So that
True.
is
Very
also
true.
one of the
Yeah.
reasons why employee transport should be promoted. I'm connecting it with what Deepa said. Healthy, healthy workplaces, wellness of the mind, and all that part. It plays a huge impact on the employee mind. I remember we recently had we opened up a branch in one of the industrial belts. I'll not name the location. The nearest pickup, the nearest bus depot from that location is around 7 kilometers. And the entire staff was really upset on how to do it. And there's hardly a staff of 10 or 20 people. I mean, you can't even employ a bus for 10 people to be, ferried from the main city up to the branch. And I said, no, everybody can come. And the branch from the main city is almost 40 kilometers. And there's no other transport. So uh, we arranged a cab service for the pickup and for the drop, and it will drop everybody in the entire metro city, and then take them to the branch. After the branch timings are over, it will pick them up from the branch and then take them back to their homes and drop them on. But in that 1 hour or 2 hour of drive in that cab, believe me, they are able to discuss and talk a lot about their home experiences. मेरे बच्चे ने क्या किया, मेरे साथ आज, and there are two sales guys who are sitting, and they talk about their customers. आज मैंने इसको pitch किया, आज मैंने उसको pitch किया. And if there is an operations guy, he'll talk about audits. there is some collaborative environment created without the pressure of being judged.
Yes.
Yeah, very good,
So,
very good.
so even this is an employee, how employee
So
transport can
when we
help.
when we talk about
Yeah,
collaborative workplaces,
yeah,
so a car, a ride is itself a collaborative workplace.
absolutely
You're traveling with a colleague, right? So you're discussing business. It's not just you know chatting. You're discussing business,
correct.
and it's a good start of the day.
It's a good
It's a
start
very
of the
very
day.
positive start of the day.
And when the moment you get down from the bus and you swipe your card and enter the building, probably you can again change your demeanor and you can become, okay, I'm a senior vice president, okay, I'm this, I'm that, whatever. But when you're in that bus with that particular colleague, he may be from any other department, you you tend to, just lose out on yourself and you tend just to relax because you know that for the next 1 hour you have to just sit in this bus and just enjoy the ride.
Mhm.
So it makes a lot of difference. Uh, I'll tell you, I'll just connect it with one more example is children when we take them to school. Okay, now there are cases where we take the children. There are many children parents who say नहीं नहीं हम बच्चे को खुद drop कर देंगे. But children who get dropped by their parents to the school compared to the children who come in the school bus, when the kid goes in the school bus he learns a lot. वो मारेगा, वो पीटेगा, वो टिफिन शेयर करेगा, वो पानी फेंकेगा एक दूसरे पे. He will learn those skills which he doesn't get to learn in the school or in the home. Even in the home, he's being disciplined every time. Ye mat karo, wo mat karo. In the school also, he's being disciplined. That's what, it's a big business nowadays. School bus is that one journey which every child will look forward to. There are people who share tiffins, they complete their homework, they do a lot of gossiping. उसी में वो बहुत कुछ करते हैं. मतलब my daughter, the moment she started taking the school bus now, she does not want to get dropped. I tell her that, okay, today I'm not, today I'm going late to the office. Let me drop you to school. She's saying, no, 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 you carry on. मैं तो बस में ही जाऊंगी. Because now that is the bonding that she has developed. Again, as I said, it's collaborative without being judged. और वहाँ पे
Yeah,
वो she meets everybody. She meets children of the lower grade. She meets children of the higher grade. So she gets to learn from both the partners.
very true, very true. No wonder my kid doesn't want to get dropped. He always wants to go by school bus.
बोले आपका क्या है? आप तो वो गाड़ी के एसी के कांच चढ़ा दोगे, आप एक भजन लगा दोगे और 15-20 मिनट I have to just listen to that. I mean, it's of no use. I'll enjoy my school bus. I can scream at the public. और ट्रैफिक सिग्नल पे खड़े होके हम गाना गा सकते हैं. हम जब सिग्नल पे बस रुकती है हम ताली बजाते हैं. आजू बाजू में ऑटो वालों को हम लोग अंकल अंकल बोल के चिढ़ाते हैं. So they get it's their fun time. And when they reach the school, they are supercharged.
Correct, correct. Very nice,
Yeah.
very nice. Good.
So
So, Mr. Agrawal, the other thing what I wanted to understand, I saw, you manage very large team, a large portfolio today with a team of 42 admin managers.
yeah.
So we want some advice, some inputs on man management, how you manage such a large team.
Okay. I think the first thing that's how I love to operate the way I manage or handle my team. One is complete trust. Second is give them the liberty to make mistakes.
Yeah,
And it's not only in paper or in writing or over an email. It has to be demonstrated every day, not only one day that you have gone out of the cabin and you have announced that, okay guys, listen, I trust you, everybody. Okay guys, let's be very liberal with each other. No, no, it has to be shown in your action. So I do have a team of 42 people. I've got direct reportees, around six my direct reportees, but I ensure to connect with each of these 42 people at least once in a week. Again,
very right.
connecting it over, again, taking it back to the main topic is when I go home, it's a 1 hour drive for me. So on that 1 hour drive, I at least make it a point to call at least one person sitting in, probably say Bhopal or Indore or Surat or Rajkot, wherever, and I just chat with them for 5 minutes. आज का दिन कैसा गया? Any issues? Are you getting stuck anywhere? Do you need any guidance from my side? कहीं कुछ अटका हुआ है? You need an approval? Is everything going fine? So that way the team develops a confidence that yes, somebody is sitting 1,000 kilometers away, but he is still thinking about you. It's just a 2 minute or a 5 minute call, but it works wonders. So that is one
Yeah,
thing.
so not just the direct reportees, the entire team, you have to
Yeah.
establish that connect with the team is what we are
Yeah.
talking about.
Correct.
Very
So
important.
I'd read it in one of the books that if you want to grow, अपने से one down जितने हैं उनका ख्याल रखो, and then your career will take care of itself. I think Jack Welch की book थी, the guy from G. He had written that I had a team of 3,000 people. Do you think I take care of all 3,000? No, no, I just take care of my one downs and I'm done. Yes, to grow in the corporate world, yes, you need to take care of your one downs. So when I sit for
Very right.
appraisal, when you sit for appraisal, definitely you can't give the best rating to all the 42 people. No, there will be a bell curve which will come. That time you will take care of the one downs. Agreed. But if you want to be looked up as a good leader, as a person whom people can confide in, then you have to have a personal connect. You can't always
Yeah.
call them for work. नहीं बताओ इसका क्या हुआ उसका क्या हुआ नहीं नहीं. You call them for personal stuff. Wish them on their birthdays. It's not just a WhatsApp पे आता ना HBD. आजकल तो लोग HBD लिखते हैं. HBD Sachin. That's it. I also do write HBD Sachin at times. It's not that I don't do it, but make it a point to pick up the phone and call. Same like writing. People have forgotten to write. People have forgotten to pick up the phone and call. And WhatsApp is nowadays घर के दादी नाना बताते थे कि कैसे बिहेव करना है. आजकल WhatsApp और Google बताते हैं कि how you should behave. So these are two things. Trust and liberty is to be given to the teams. Trust to the extent that I've even told my team, even if there is fire, even if there is flood, don't panic. At the most, a branch can get burnt. At the most, an ATM can get burnt. इससे बुरा तो कुछ नहीं होगा ना. Don't lose your cool. You will not be held accountable. But do your 100% task that you're supposed to do, and then leave the rest to whatever the bank's policies are, or whatever fate, or whatever police, or whatever the other factors are which are not in your control. But give your 100%.
Or leave it to
So
the universe.
exactly,
Leave it
give
to the
your
God.
100%. Leave it to the God. Do your 100%. That's it. The problem is we don't do our 100%. We only
Correct.
do our 20%, and then we say, नहीं सर
Correct.
वो तो legal mat का था. नहीं नहीं सर वो तो compliance ने नहीं बोला. नहीं नहीं सर वो तो audit ने ऐसा बोला है. अच्छा मेल दिखाओ. नहीं सर audit का मेल तो है नहीं. वो तो बोल रहे थे ऐसा. No, no. Document everything that you do and do everything that you document. And
Correct.
show trust to your team and be liberal with them. Because at one point of time, even you were there, right? At their level 20 years ago. When I remember I'm blessed to have really good bosses or managers in the last 7, 8 companies that I've worked with. So I've learned from them the good habits I've learned, and there was something that I did not like about my boss. So I've not learned that one. So
Another
trust
thing
is
is,
something that
I
comes.
think if you are being treated well, it is expected that you will treat your boys well.
Exactly.
Also, if you take care of your boys, if you take care of your team, they'll take care of your business.
Exactly. Absolutely. Goes without saying.
So, yeah, so
And
so
I
that's
think it always
important.
holds good. That even goes when you take an Ola and drive. अगर वो ओला का ड्राइवर बड़े प्यार से गाड़ी चला रहा है और आप उसको पूछोगे भैया गाड़ी आपकी है. Usually you see the owners are driving, the car is clean. वो बंदा आपसे ढंग से बात कर रहा है और वो परफ्यूम वर्फ्यूम मार के रख रहा है. And then I ask him भैया गाड़ी आपकी है. बोलता हाँ सर गाड़ी मेरी. Very rarely you will see the Ola driver who's not the Ola or not the owner speaking to you properly or keeping the car in a neat and tidy condition, because he knows he's so. I think it goes from 99% of the generation nowadays. People are just focused on what's in it for me types. आज के दिन मेरे को 8 घंटा गाड़ी चलानी है, मुझे 1,000 रुपए मिलेगा, मैं घर को जाऊंगा. I don't care about the speed breakers. I don't care about my customer rating. I don't care about the fuel efficiency of the car. Nothing. That is where these things take a hit. But the same thing, if the guy talks to you nicely, I take down his number before I get down, and I ensure that next time when I go on that route, और अगर मुझे टैक्सी चाहिए तो I'll call him, भैया आजा. You know. So as you say, people will always remember how you have treated them.
True, true, true. Very good. Great insight. So, Mr. Agrawal, my next question to you is, fairly large portfolio you've been handling, and I think you're a great mix of procurement as well as facility. which is not seen normally. What are your views on the travel and transport, domain, how it has evolved in the last 2 decades, of your experience into corporate world? What are your views about it?
I'll tell you, when I was working with Citibank, at that time we were handling the transport of our employees. We had the sumos running, City Financial Mortgage, that was it. We used to take care of the night pickups and the night drops, and the day pickups were not there. You only had night pickups and night drops. From that time, this was like 20 years ago, from to today, when I see people having Wi-Fi in the buses, people having air conditioner in the buses, the GPS tracking, the exact predictable timing when you can board the bus. And it's not only employee transport, it's even the Chalo bus or the City Flow buses that we have in Bombay, which where you can just book over your mobile app and just board into the bus. We have definitely come a long way, no doubt about that. And that's what the human brain is. I mean, that's what the human brain can take pride in telling. So transport has definitely improved, thanks to the population also, because that's also where the need of all these things come in. And it's high time that people start learning that getting into employee transport or mass transportation, improving that mass transportation is a need of today's time. You can't have
True.
1,000, 2,000 cars coming on in the same building, because then I have to arrange for that parking. Again, it's a headache for me as a facility guy, managing those 1,000 cars and having security check each and every car. हर बार वो गाड़ी आ रही है, वो डिक्की खोल रहा है, चेक कर रहा है, स्टिकर है कि नहीं, वो गाड़ी के नीचे वो मिरर लगा के बॉम्ब वाला वो मिरर लगा के चेक कर. It is a time waste for each and everybody. प्लस वो जब फ्लड्स आते हैं, फिर वो बेसमेंट में पानी भर जाता है. It has a ripple effect. So has employee transportation improved from the last 20 years? Yes, it surely has. I remember my days when even I used to, board the sumo and go home. Khatara sumo hoti thi and used to stink like hell. I've seen the worst of the sumos. They used to stink out of the sweat. People used to not switch on the AC. नहीं सर, वो AC चलाएंगे तो 2 रुपए और लगेगा. Those rates. वो 1,000 रुपए में आपको छोड़ देंगे घर, अगर AC चलाएंगे तो 1,200 रुपए लगेगा. Of course, at that time, AC चलाना again was a luxury. I mean, वो AC चलाता है. And people used to install those पंखाs, वो छोटे वाले पंखे डैशबोर्ड पे लगा देते थे, वो करके चलता
But it
था.
is effective, by the way, huh? It is not bad.
It's not bad.
I mean, you can't compare it with AC, but it is not bad.
It's not bad. And it's environment
And
friendly.
it's more prevalent in South, I've seen that.
Achha,
Not
okay.
really in North, but South, especially in Chennai, I've seen a lot.
Yeah.
Even in
So,
Bangalore.
correct. So from those days, and मुझे आज की तारीख में मतलब I travel extensively across my geography that I take care of, and I travel in trains, in flights, in private cars, Ola, Uber, खुद की गाड़ी, company की गाड़ी. I have वो दिन है और आज का दिन. I have not ever. Yes, I have seen dirty cars. You can get थोड़ा बहुत smell यहाँ वहाँ आती है अगर worst experience है तो. But those days are gone now. खड़खड़ खड़खड़ गाड़ी आवाज कर रही है, उसका सस्पेंशन भी निकला हुआ है. नो, आई थिंक इन द लास्ट 5 years, आई थिंक पोस्ट कोविड के पहले भी, इन द लास्ट 5 to 6 years, I've seen worst cars, but even the worst cars don't have these problems. So even the Ola or the Uber guy or even the private transport people, they have understood the customer's expectation. As I said, now it is customers market. It was always customers market, just that we didn't realize it. So now it is not that वो टैक्सी वाले अंकल अगर बोलेंगे एयरपोर्ट का 1,200 तो मुझे 1,200 ही देना पड़ेगा. नहीं. Now I think I saw that there's some app, there's this Bollywood celebrity on that app, he was promoting it, wherein you can decide the fare. आप वो फेयर डालो कि मैं 600 रुपए दूंगा BKC से बोरिवली का, and some driver will select it and then your fare and then you can go. So where the world is headed. So yes,
Yeah.
Times have definitely changed. I think one more good
And
thing about
technology
it.
has a role to play, I think, in this
No doubt.
in these last, especially 10 to 12 years, technology has helped bringing a lot of change and transformation.
No doubt about it.
Great,
No
great
doubt about it.
insights. So, Deepa, what do you?
Really, I thoroughly enjoyed that session. It's truly inspiring as well as very interesting session to engage with both of you. So your dynamic leadership and knowledge sharing empower our viewers, fostering growth with insightful discussions on essential factors like, technology, color therapy, ideas and skills. So your deep dive into these critical areas in invaluable of navigating the, ever evolving industries, especially in that, transport sector. So thank you for bringing such impactful perspective. If you would have, if so more time, we talk more for 2 hours. So,
Yeah,
anyways,
sure.
as an outsider, what's your impression of ConsultTrans as a brand? So, how do you perceive its influence and value in the industry?
I think it is high time that we have brands like CT, that is ConsultTrans, and many other like ConsultTrans also now coming up into the market, because we need people who come with a fresh approach to this age-old industry of transportation. आज जो एम्प्लॉय ट्रांसपोर्टेशन की हम बात कर रहे हैं, दिस इज नॉट समथिंग विच इज न्यू. एम्प्लॉय ट्रांसपोर्टेशन शुरू से हो रहा है. इवन टुडे द बीकेसी ब्रिज, इफ यू सी, सुबह के टाइम पे जब वो जे कुमार, द गाय who's done so much flyovers and the subway work, उसका वो ट्रक आके खड़ा हो जाता है और उस ट्रक में 150-200 लेबर चढ़ जाते हैं. And they just go and stand, and then they are transported from there to Mankuru or to Mulund or even towards Borivali. वो भी एक employee transportation. But what is required over here is how can I make it more efficient? How can I use data analytics? As you said, that if I have a route from Borivali to BKC, and if I give you a trend analysis, sir, आपने तो मेरे को 52 seater एक bus किया है, but over a period of 1 year, I have seen that it's hardly 20 people who have been boarding in the last 1 year. So do you want to reduce your 52 seater? Do you want me to cut down the bus to 2 parts? या मैं ऐसा करते हैं 24 seater की 2 बसें चला देते हैं. So that data will help. So that is what companies like ConsultTrans or even the other competitors that are there in the market, they are now coming with that insight, and it's really helpful. So I've got people in my company. We have around many bus pickup points and drop points. We have people who pay the money and still don't board. But the point for me is the number of people that have already paid me or probably to the agency, based on that, he increases the number of bus. वो बस खाली चली आ रही है, 30% occupancy है, 40% पे चली आ रही है. तो मुझे फर्क पड़ रहा है as a company? The answer is no. For me as a brand, it doesn't make a difference. But does it make a difference to the congestion on the road? Yes. Does it make a difference to the environmental and the pollution impact? Yes. So that is where the vendor or say ConsultTrans can approach the clients with meaningful data. So that will help. So yes, we would need brands like and think tanks. Let me call it. We need think tanks like Sachinji also come up with those ideas. And it's beautiful. I mean, Ola has come up with their own map now, is what I just read. Ola is no more on Google Maps. I mean,
they're no more dependent on Google.
Yeah.
तो उसका फ्लिप साइड ये भी है कि जब मैं गाड़ी लेके निकलता हूँ, मुझे गूगल दिखाता है ब्लू है, खाली है, और सामने पूरा रास्ता भरा दिखता है. अरे यार, ओला वाले तो गूगल चालू ही नहीं किया उन्होंने, तो ओला के मैप्स पे है, इसलिए आपको रास्ता क्लियर दिख रहा है. तो 1 घंटे की जर्नी 3 घंटा लगती है, गूगल ने तो 1 घंटा बताया. But that's on a lighter note. But yes, this technology does help.
Correct. True.
Yeah. And I think I'll tell you what, मैं core competency की बात करता हूँ. Basic. Okay. Data ठीक है. Good presentations, good insights, रंग-बिरंगे pie charts and donuts and all that we make. They are needed, for the management to take a decision. At the bottom, the only thing why employee transportation should be done is for 2 benefits. मेरा बेनिफिट एज अ मैनेजर ये है कि जितने लोग बस में चढ़ गए हैं वो ऑफिस आएंगे टाइम पे. A very selfish approach is what I'm making over here. If I've
That's
got
why
42
employee
people,
transportation exists. Yeah.
9:30 they will be there in the gate of the building. दूसरा फायदा एम्प्लॉय का कि 6 o'clock ऑफिस छोड़ देगा. सर मेरी बस जा रही है.
Yeah. So
So
as
it
they
is a
say,
very
OTA is for employer,
Yes.
OTD is for employee.
Ah.
वो 6 बजे गाड़ी तो चले जाएगी.
yes.
And he'll start putting pressure on you कि मेरी 6 बजे गाड़ी चले जाएगी, I have to go home.
हाँ, नहीं तो आप मेरे को उबर कर दो.
मॉर्निंग में आप प्रेशर डाल रहे होते हो उसके ऊपर कि 9:30 आना है, 8 o'clock पिकअप है, आप बैठ जाना 8 o'clock, अदरवाइज गाड़ी निकल जाएगी.
Correct.
राइट, इवनिंग में वो प्रेशर डाल रहा होता है.
Correct. And then it's good, no? I mean, and we are proposing people to work-life balance, reach home on time, reach office on time, and don't overstress yourself. If you have this barrier at the morning and at the evening, so the guy also knows कि यार 6 बजे तक जितना मेरे को काम करना है करना है, and then I can board my bus, I can then just get rid of it, and then he can have a proper life at home.
Yeah, very important.
बहुत फर्क पड़ता है इन चीजों से.
True.
Great, Mr. Nithin. Thank you for your so much positive words about ConsultTrans. So I believe our viewers and our employees are not only happy but truly inspired after hearing your insights. Your wisdom and experiences resonate deeply, igniting motivation and encouragement for them to pursue their own path and renewed vigor. So to close our conversation, what lasting message would you like to share with our viewers and listeners, something truly inspiring to energize them in their own journey ahead?
I think travel is related to travel. If you talk about, then travel will always and always be there in your life. It's only when you want to go on a vacation, at that time, the travel from your home to the airport does not feel tiring, right? जब आपको श्रीलंका या मालदीव जाना रहता है, मालदीव तो आजकल डिस्प्यूटेड टेरिटरी है, बट अगर आपको समझो जम्मू भी जाना है या कन्याकुमारी जाना है, then when you're boarding a flight and you have to travel all the way, take 2 hours to reach, or we were in Goa, for that seminar. So that time the cab took 2 hours to reach to the airport, and I didn't feel odd. Why? Because I was going on a vacation. So people make your workplace also so meaningful that people look forward to come to work.
Yeah.
Correct.
By ConsultTrans will ensure, or companies like ConsultTrans will ensure that the travel is good. वो जो
Yeah.
bus का
That
environment है, वो
experience.
experience is good, but the
Yeah.
guy should look forward to going to work.
Yeah.
The moment he gets down from the bus, and if he feels कि यार फिर आ गए आज ऑफिस, अरे यार आज फिर 8 घंटे झेलना है बॉस को, नहीं. Make that so exciting that even if he doesn't get an employee transport, the guy will look forward to working with.
Yeah.
That is
True.
a real win for an organization.
Yeah.
Very
true.
Thank you once again, Mr. Nithin, for your valuable insights and perspective which you shared with us. So
Thank you.
we are sincerely grateful for your time and this wonderful conversation, very interesting conversation. At CT, we strive to offer value-based, hassle-free, and stress-free office commute services. We are sincerely grateful for you to have shared your experiences for a large enterprise. We would also like to thank you, our viewers, for their valuable time and listening to this podcast patiently. We look forward to see you in our next episode with more insights from City on trends in employee transportation. So thank you. Thank you once again.